So here are the top 6 performers as usual for this weekend's box office. All right, so at number 1 we have Dumbo, the Disney live action remake. Right, number 1 coming in at 45.9 million, and then number 2 is Us at 33 million. Number 3, Captain Marvel, 20.6 million. Number 4 is Unplanned, the um, pro-life movie that came out. That came in at 6.3 million. Kind of a big surprise there to a lot of people. Number 5, 5 Feet Apart, was 6.1 million, and number 6 is Wonder Park at 5 million. So Wonder Park, that one is not too good. But anyway, so we'll briefly talk about some of those with that. But those are the top performers, and obviously provided by Box Office Mojo there. So let's start off talking about Dumbo, right? So it opens this weekend. So as Box Office Mojo says, with an estimated 45 million, Disney's Dumbo topped the weekend box office, though fell short of the studio's 50 plus million expectations and well short of what some thought would be a 60 million debut. Notably, high-profile remakes such as 2017's Beauty and the Beast and Jungle Book in 2016 soared past the 100 million mark in their opening weekends, and Dumbo not even crossing 50. So obviously, I think we can say it was kind of expected, because there wasn't a lot of buzz for this, given despite it
Yeah.
being a Disney remake. Yeah, and then as they say, looking ahead, Dumbo did receive an A- cinema score, so that's kind of interesting. But that said, looking at Disney's other live action reimaginings, the average multiplier is 3.2 times, which would suggest Dumbo is on its way to a domestic performance around 145 million when all is said and done. And then given the reported 170 million budget, that puts a lot of heavy lifting on the international market. And it debuted this weekend as well internationally to an estimated 71 million. So obviously that 170 million budget, obviously you're going to add I think it's about half of that, or a little bit more, about 3/4 of that, for marketing, advertising, especially with a movie like this. It may even just be double that budget. So we're talking about a movie that is probably barely going to make Disney money, which is crazy to think about, a remake like this. But as I said, right, it kind of expected.
Yeah, and I mean the reviews have been pretty bad. I think it was like a 53% on Rotten Tomatoes, or like hovering around that number, which obviously not too impressive, especially with early reviews. Um, it's a big cast, big names. Michael Keaton, Colin Farrell. I think there's some others. And yeah, it's not a major property. I don't think Dumbo is one of Disney's bigger properties, but it's certainly a well-known property. And I mean, you add in the fact it's a cute elephant. It's kind of a family-friendly movie. You would have expected it to do a little bit better, and even just it's very marketable. Obviously, it just wasn't a great movie and didn't deliver on kind of some expectations that Disney obviously would put on it.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, this is actually a very good box office time, I think, for them. Right? I mean, we're for
Sure.
Captain Marvel. This is their fourth week. And
Yeah.
us. I believe this is the third week, the third weekend, or we're going into the third weekend.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't think you could have benefited from a better box office slot.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't think
Yeah.
that would contribute, but
And I mean, Us is a completely different demographic, right? I mean,
exactly, yeah, yeah,
even
that's
a
true.
movie like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, it's not really a kids movie. And I mean, really, the only competition was Wonder Park, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
and obviously that looks pretty bad. So
Mm-hmm.
they really had a good opportunity here. And I think I don't know what spring break in terms of the U.S. and stuff, but certainly, it's in that area, it's in that time where a lot of people are taking vacation. So it's a good opportunity, and I think they just kind of squandered it.
Yeah, just disappointing. Tim Burton obviously behind this one. So I guess that's notable
Yeah,
too,
and
right?
also a big direct. Yeah, I didn't even realize that big director behind it.
Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting, and to be fair, I mean, you talk about Lion King, Aladdin, Dumbo, right? Dumbo was kind of the odd man out, I would
Yeah,
say. Even Aladdin. I mean, everyone's talking about Lion King and Aladdin to some extent with the trailers and stuff, but I never heard the same kind of discussion about Dumbo this whole time.
No.
And so to me, this isn't that surprising. But I mean, the expectations were still upwards of 60 million, and they didn't even get to that. So, anyways, we'll have to see, where that goes and if how much money they end up making with this movie. But yeah, just kind of unfortunate there, for sure. And we'll see. I mean, if Aladdin does bad after this one, like some people are kind of predicting, we'll have to see where the future of these live remakes are for Disney. But of course, Lion King's probably going to come, and I wouldn't be surprised if it made $1 billion at this point, to be honest. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see for that one, right? Can't cut that one out.